Hey guys, IB2 coming at you. Well, it's the morning of, I'm not even sure what the date is. I think it's October 27th. It's Friday morning. I hit a doe last night and was having a lot of trouble finding blood. And I thought I hit her good. And then the evidence was piling up such that I didn't know if I hit her good because I did have a little gut on the arrow and whatnot. But anyway, so my point is today is like habitat and switchgrass. And you can see where I'm at in this switchgrass right here. And I only tracked this deer about 60 yards from the point of impact. And I'm gonna turn around and show you how switchgrass is good, but it's hard to track in. That deer is laying right there. You can't even see it. And unless you're in the daylight, it's really tough. And if you're at night with flashlights, it's super tough. So think about planting switchgrass for cover. These deer are all in here and they really like it. But second part of the video coming up here right quick. I'll show you the dead deer. So I was literally tracking down this runway right here thinking she went out through this little runway in the trees in there, and I'm standing here looking at this last piece of blood and just kind of looking around, and I happen to look over and that deer is laying right there's her rump. And if you look at that, I mean, that is some good cover for deer. And it's hard to see, and I just happened to see her. So got to have a little bit of luck involved sometimes when we're bow hunting. So venison on the table for us, which is pretty cool. Happy about that. And so I'm gonna get her drug out and reported and get her over to the processor. And this weekend coming up, Elma Scott's take on Olivet. The undefeated Elma Scott's take on Olivet. And hopefully we can go down there and rain on their parade on another beautiful fall football. But anyway, have some fun. We'll see you guys later. She's a nice doe. So there's my exit. It is definitely a little bit back, and then so now I can see where the gut comes in. So I'm assuming I probably angled back a little bit, so I'll roll her over and we'll get a look at the entry here. Here's my entry. It's not horrible. Killed the deer, but I can see why I got gut on my arrow. Probably caught the back part of her lung. Should have been a little more here, but got the job done. The bad part was didn't have a ton of blood, but she's definitely stiff. So she was dead last night, but because as a matter of fact, I just walked right out here. You can see the toilet paper, so she smells pretty good, so we don't have to deal with that, but glad to make the recovery. All right, let's go get them. This is the scene. I shot her out of that shack right there. She was standing right here about 22 yards. And then she proceeded down that trail. And then, yeah, she died right over here in that patch between the trees right there. So I guess my eyes didn't completely fool me, but the evidence was not piling up in my favor. But again, glad to make a recovery. I did make a bad shot on a doe earlier in the year and I didn't recover her, so it's just those things we got to deal with and get better. So glad to get some venison and moving on. Just to finish up a little bit of commentary here, I've been bow hunting since I've been 12 years old. I harvested my first deer with a compound bow at 14. I'm 52, so there's a lot of years. There's been many years where I've made shots and haven't lost a deer and there's been years where I've missed deer, and there's been years where I've wounded deer and haven't recovered them. It's all part of the game. I want to encourage everyone to just be honest with themselves and honest with your buddies and your friends, and we're all human. At some point we're going to make mistakes. I made 2 bad shots this year. I got lucky enough to recover one of the deer. The other one I didn't recover. And the good part about bow hunting is I know that it's me and it's not my equipment and all that, and I know that I'm capable of making the shots. I just need to bear down, take good shots, and build that confidence back. So I watch a lot of social media posts, hunters, guys who are perfect, and I'm just here to tell you, perfect does not exist. So I was feeling really bad last night, thinking that I'm gonna have to figure out a way to keep going hunting and feeling good about it after making 2 marginal shots on 2 chip shots at deer. But you keep going, making sure that you're prepared. I know that my bow's on. I probably should shoot some more, which I'm gonna do, but don't be necessarily discouraged. It's good to be disappointed. It's good to, you don't feel good when you make bad shots on animals and you wound them and probably kill them, but don't recover them. But as hunters, we're part of nature. If that animal does die, nature's gonna absorb it. We do our best that we can to find it, and that's all we can do. So I feel really good about finding this deer. Things don't always go our way. They're not always perfect. Keep going. Keep doing your preparation, and know that if you keep doing things right, things are gonna work out. And sometimes shit happens and you just got to get through it, and you got to understand it. You got to understand that we're not perfect, we're not human. So let's go get them. Let's have some fun bow hunting. See ya.